The Crestwood Cadets, for the first time in 16 tries, defeated the Decorah Vikings in Game 1 of the doubleheader by a 12-11 margin, and they will look for the sweep with Austin McAllister heading to the hill, and he will face this Decorah lineup. Leading off at shortstop is Colin Nimrod. Batting second in center field, Jake Hovden. Hitting third, the pitcher Dustin Carey. Batting fourth, the catcher Austin Ashbacker. Hitting fifth in left field, Cole Sweska. Hitting sixth at second base is Brady Dolly. Hitting seventh at third base is Bryce Pierce. Hitting eighth in right field is Brighton Meyer, and batting ninth at first base will be Aaron Severson. It was the first time since 2008 that Decorah had defeated, or Crestwood had defeated Decorah. So my guy Ben Oberman no longer the answer to a trivia question. And one of my other broadcast partners, Luke Kane, can feel a little less bad about that overthrow to the plate. But here we go in game number 2 of this doubleheader. The Vikings will try to get the split. Offense wasn't a problem. 16 hits and 11 runs in game number 1. Nimrod 2 for 4 in game number 1, and he sacrificed once as well. Austin McAllister's first offering is a strike, says home plate umpire Joe Scretta. No balls and 1 strike. Austin McConnell, wide right-hander, brings it from about a 3/4 delivery as the pitch goes high. 1 ball and 1 strike, the count. Left field, Matt Cuvalier. Center field, Spencer Bohr. Right field, Jeffrey Haskovic for the Cadets. At third base is Trey Pekanowski. At shortstop is Chase Lenhard. 1-1 delivery. That one up for 2 balls, 1 strike to Colin Nimrod. Will Thompson at second. Brandon Slifka at first. Hunter Slifka behind the plate. And Austin McConnell on the hill. Cadets won game 1, 12-11. And the 2-1 delivery. Outside corner taken for a strike. It's now 2-2 on Colin Nimrod. Two and 2 the count. McConnell ready in the 2-2 offering. Sails high for 3 balls, 2 strikes. Just underway here in game 2 of this doubleheader. First one went about 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's long for high school baseball. But there's a lot of things that happened as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes, pitch high and tight for ball 4. So Nimrod walked. Runner at first and nobody out, and Jake Hovden, who was 4 for 5 with 3 RBI in game number 1, will be the batter. Hovden has hit safely in 7 games and has multiple hits in 5 of the 7 games. Hovden squares to bunt, takes the pitch outside from McConnell. 1 ball, no strikes. McConnell's second start, third appearance, 1-0. Hasn't given up a run in 8 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. Opponent's only hitting .088 against him. 1-0 delivery, outside again, so it's 2 balls, no strikes on Jake Hovden. Dustin Carey in the on-deck circle as we're just underway here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Hovden squaring to bunt once again. Pulls the bat back, and it's outside again for 3 balls, no strikes. So far, 7 of the 9 pitches from Austin McConnell have been out of the zone. McConnell, a sophomore pitcher for the Cadets. Hovden squares to bunt. Takes it at the letters for a strike as he had the take sign. It's 3-1. Nimrod away from first, held on there by Slifka. McConnell comes set. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runner goes, pitch taken high, ball 4. So McConnell has walked the first two batters he has faced, and Dustin Carey, who had his best night offensively of the young season, will come to the plate. He was 3 for 3 with the sacrifice, had a double, a triple, a home run, and 5 RBI. The home run was his 5th career home run after hitting 4 a year ago. Stretch a look back at second by McConnell and pitch outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. So McConnell having a tough time finding the zone. 12 pitches, 9 balls. Slifka even with the bag at first. Even with the bag at third is Pekanowski. The pitch sails high. It's 2 balls, no strikes now. Cadets took game 1 by a 12-11 margin. Long pause by McConnell. Look back at second in the pitch high. Karam's out of the glove of Hunter Slifka. So Nimrod up to third and Hovden down to second. That one will be a passed ball. Hunter had it in his glove and just didn't squeeze it. 3 balls, no strikes on Dustin Carey. 3-0 delivery. Up for ball 4. So 3 straight walks to start the top of the first inning. And the Baby Bull with an opportunity. Ashbacker in game 1 was 1 for 5. They'll play even with the bag at third with Pekanowski. Everyone else will play their normal position. Now Slifka will move up and play even with the bag at third. And the pitch, a strike to Austin Ashbacker. No balls, 1 strike. Austin had the take that time. The pitch outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one on Ashbacker, and the pitch swung on. Popped up right side. Infield fly rule is called. Second baseman Will Thompson will make the catch, lunging back to make the play. 1 down here in the first inning. And the batter will be Cole Sweska. Sweska walked twice, reached on an error, and was officially 0 for 3 as McConnell will work out of the windup with the bases loaded and 1 down. Pitch outside to Cole, 1 ball, no strikes. Away from third, Nimrod. Away from second, Hovden. Away from first is Carey. Pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. And sometimes when a pitcher is this wild and all of a sudden finds this zone, you're just not walking up there with that aggressive mentality that you need. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swinging a foul back. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just got a text message from Kyle Kane's dad, Bob. He says Kyle does have a concussion. He will be out tomorrow. They will see the doctor again on Monday, but overall he is doing well, and he's coming back for the second game. 1-2, swung on fly ball right center field. After it is Haskovic. It'll land for a base hit. 1 run is in. Hovden coming to the plate. He will score without a play. A 2-run single for Cole Sweska and a 2-0 lead for Decorah. So a 2-run single for Cole Sweska. His first base hit of the doubleheader. And 2 of the 3 leadoff walks have now come back to haunt Thompson. Carey stayed put at second base. As Sweska more than doubled his RBI total of the season in one swing of the bat. He now has 3 as Brady Dolly looks at the first pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. Dolly 1 for 3 with an RBI. He walked and scored as well. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. 3 walks to lead off the game, and then a pop out by Ashbacker. Sweska 2-run single, and the Vikes on the board first. 1-1 the count. A long pause by McConnell, and the 1-1 delivery outside for 2 balls, 1 strike. So McConnell definitely laboring here in the first inning. About ready to throw his 25th pitch already. 2-1, outside again. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Three and 1 the count. Dolly in from the right-hand side of the plate, and the 3-1 delivery taken down Broadway for a strike, and it's 3-2. Carey, the runner at second base, he will start again here in game number 2. Three-two delivery, swung on, smacked into center field, and a base hit. Carey rounding third and getting a stop sign from Coach O as Haskovic got to the ball, or Spencer Bohr rather, got to the ball quickly out in center. Second consecutive hit after 3 walks. And the base is loaded for Bryce Pierce. Pierce got a base hit in his lone at bat in game number 1. Infield up at the corners and back up the middle. McConnell to the windup as Pierce to the right-hand side of the plate, and he'll look at a strike, 0-1. 2 hits, 3 walks here in the first inning for Decorah. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch swung on, and a chopper toward short, fielded at short by Lenhart. He'll go to second for 1, back to first, not in time. A run will score, and it's 3-0 Decorah. Dolly retired on the force play from Lenhart to Thompson. We're 6-4 in scoring terminology. Bryce Pierce gets his first RBI of the season. It is now a 3-0 lead for Decorah. And the batter will be Brighton Meyer. Meyer was 1 for 2 with 2 sacrifices in game number 1. As McConnell back to the windup with the first and third situation. Down the line from third, Sweska. Away from first is Pierce, and the pitch to Brighton is on the outside edge for a strike, 0-1. Brighton, the 8th man to come to the plate this inning. So, folks, in 8 turns to the plate, Decorah has 18 hits and 14 runs. Offense has not been the problem tonight. Stretch runner goes, pitch swung on, a looper, and it's caught by McConnell as he awkwardly fell off the mound. He lunged back and came down with the ball in his glove, and the side is out here in the first inning. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Decorah 3 and Crestwood coming to bat. And Crestwood will bat this way. Leading off in right field, Jeffrey Haskovic. Batting second, the catcher, Hunter Slivka. Hitting third, the shortstop, Chase Lenhart. Batting fourth in center field, Spencer Bohr. Hitting fifth at first base, Brandon Slivka. Hitting sixth in left field, Matthew Cuvalier. Hitting 7th at third base, Trey Pekanowski. Hitting 8th, Jordan Vovis, the DH. He will bat for Austin McConnell, the pitcher. And batting 9th at second base is Will Thompson. That lineup will face Dustin Carey, who ended game number 1 by losing that one. He threw what turned out to be 2/3 of an inning, gave up 3 hits, walked 2, hit 1, and struck out 1. That was his first loss of the year. In his 2 starts, he's been pretty brilliant. 14 innings, 10 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. And not to give Dustin an excuse because he's the last kid in the world that would want one, but sometimes when you come in trying to save a game as compared to have the mentality of a starter, that's a tough adjustment to make. But with the injury to Kyle Kane, Decorah was forced to do some things that they weren't planning on doing in Game 1 of the doubleheader. Jeffrey Haskovic in Game 1 was 1 for 4, walked and had an RBI. And the first pitch to Haskovic is at the letters for a strike, 0-1. Sweska left, Hovden center, Meyer right, Pierce third, Nimrod short, Dolly second, Severson at first, Ashbacker behind the plate, and the pitch is up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Jeffrey Haskovic. One and one, and the pitch. Swung on and missed. Good breaking ball low and away. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes now. One, 2. Curve ball low and in. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Something to keep track of since Carey threw in game number 1. The 2/3 of an inning, I think, only counts as 1 inning for the limitation. The 2-2 delivery, ground ball right back to Carey on 1 hop, and he'll give Aaron Severson an overhand toss. And Haskovic retired, 1 down here in the first inning. The batter will be Hunter Slivka, who was 0 for 4, reached on an error twice and walked in game number 1. Hunter was the winning pitcher in relief. When you look at the last few games for Crestwood, they put up 12. They've actually been putting up a decent amount of runs as Slivka takes a strike, 0-1. Lost 4-3 to Clayton Ridge to start the season. Put up 6 and 5 against St. Ansgar, respectable numbers. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch from Carey, a fastball low. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Put up 7 against Waukon, 8 against Keyhigh, 8 against Charles City, and 5 in the game they lost to Charles City. 1 ball, 1 strike, count, the pitch low. 2 balls, 1 strike now, so got to respect at least the early season numbers and the runs that the Cadets have been able to put up on the board. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-0 Decorah here in the first as Slivka swings and fouls 1 straight, back and out of play. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Hunter Slivka. Carey ready, 2-2 offering. Curveball low and in the dirt, and now it's 3-2. Carey did throw 35 pitches in game number 1, and I think if you go to the bullpen in this game, it's probably going to be Colin Nimrod. Colin did get the start in the second game last Friday night up in La Crosse against Keyhigh. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 down, and 3-2 delivery swung on, popped up on the infield. Dustin Carey on the mound will make the catch on the right side of the mound as we look at it. And there's 2 down here in the first inning. 2 down, and nobody on, and Chase Lenhart will be the batter. 1 for 3 with 2 RBI and a run scored. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th to win the game for the Cadets as Lenhart takes a knee bender for a strike. It's 0-1. Carey kicks and deals in the 0-1 offering. Ground ball to the left side, fielded there on multiple hops by Nimrod. He'll throw on to first base, and the Cadets go quietly in the first inning. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top half of the second inning. It is Decorah leading Crestwood 3-0. Decorah off to a 3-0 lead. Cadets took game 1 of the doubleheader 12-11. We go to the top of the second inning. Again, just to let folks know, I got notified by Bob Key and Kyle's father. If you weren't with us for game number 1, he was hit directly in the head with a batted ball. He has a concussion. He's out tomorrow. He's seeing the doctor again on Monday. But overall, he's doing well and coming back for game number 2 of the doubleheader. So that's definitely good news. And it's a good thing in the world of sports. That's concussion issue taken way more seriously than it has been in years past. And you just don't take any gambles when it comes to that. And hopefully Kyle will end up being all right. Aaron Severson will be the batter. He swung it well in game number 1. 3 for 4, 3 runs scored and 2 RBI. 3-2-0 for Decorah, 0-0-0 for the Cadets. The pitch outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod and Hovden will follow here in the second inning. One-0. Anthony's in for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. McConnell had to throw a lot in that first inning. 33 overall pitches, 1-1. Outside for 2 balls, 1 strike on Severson. Both these teams will be playing in now about 13 and a half hours. 2-1. Outside again for 3 balls, 1 strike. Crestwood will play Turkey Valley and Southwind tomorrow here at a tournament, and Decorah will play Osage and Cascade at a tournament. 3-1 delivery, up for ball 4. McConnell with his 4th walk. The 3 he walked in the first inning all ended up scoring. And the batter will be Colin Nimrod. Nimrod walked and scored in that first inning. Colin has hit safely in all 7 games to this point. A lead at first base by Severson. Colin squares to bunt, looks at it for a strike, 0-1. Up on the grass at third is Pekanowski. Slifka holds the runner on at first. A long pause by McConnell, and the 0-1 is up. Snap throw to first base, back to the bag, diving is Seavey. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Stretch by McConnell. 1-1 delivery. Swung on, popped up, foul straight back and out of play. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Colin Nimrod. McConnell in for the sign from Slifka. A lead at first base by Severson. He comes set, and the 1-2 delivery. An off-speed offering goes high. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. McConnell coming in had walked 4 in his 8 1/3 innings. He's walked 4 in his 1 full inning to this point. He had not given up an earned run, and he gives up 3 in that first inning. 2-2 pitch, roller up the middle, fielded at short by Lenhart. He'll tag the bag for the first out, throw to first base, not in time. Fielder's choice, 6 unassisted, 1 down here in the second inning. And the batter will be Jake Hovden, who walked and scored in that first inning. McConnell walked the first 3. Sweska got 2 of them home. With an RBI single, or a 2-run single technically, and Bryce Pierce reached on a fielder's choice to allow Carey to score. 1 on, 1 out here in the second inning. Hovden takes off, pitch taken outside, throw down to second base, and in with the head first slide is Nimrod, as it's 1-0 on Hovden. So Jake now with an RBI opportunity. He's been up 6 times in this doubleheader and has been on base 5 times. Including the last 5 times he's been to the plate, so 5 consecutive times. As I continue to search for the ward, Hovden squares to bunt and takes the pitch high. 2 balls, no strikes. 3-0 Decorah here in the second inning. Crestwood took game 1, 12-11. First time in 16 games that Crestwood had beaten Decorah. Hovden squares to bunt and takes a strike. It is 2-1. The pause by McConnell, a look back at second, and the 2-1 offering swinging a foul back to the screen. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jake Hovden. Vikes got 3 in the first inning, and the Cadets went down in order against Carey in the first. Two-two. Swing and a pop-up into right field. After it is Jeffrey Haskovic. He'll play it on a hop. Nimrod will make it to third base on the play. So runners at the corners with 1 down here in the second inning. And Dustin Carey, who has swung it well tonight, will come to the plate. He walked and scored in his only at-bat here in game number 2. Had a double, a triple, a home run in game number 1. He has 5 RBIs and another opportunity for 1 right here. 3-0 Decorah in the second. Vikes trying to salvage the split. Taken off is Hovden. Pitch taking a strike. Slivka couldn't get the ball out of his gloves, so taking second without a throw is Hovden. So now Carey has 2 runners in scoring position. Now McConnell will go to the windup and throw to third base, and back to the bag standing is Nimrod. And now McConnell will go back to the stretch. I think Coach O was watching if he was going to go to that windup again. Might have put the bunt sign on for Carey. 0-1. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dustin with 5 RBI in game number 1. Trying to knock in a few more and trying to help his own cause. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And the pitch swung on, a roller through the left side and through for a base hit. Nimrod will score. Hovden to third. RBI number 6 on the doubleheader. A cycle in the doubleheader for Dustin Carey, and it's 4-0 Decorah. Dustin Carey came in with 2 RBI on the season. He now has 8. And Andy Sinkink will run for him at first base. First and third with 1 down and 1 in. And the batter will be Austin Ashbacker. Austin popped to second in the first, 0 for 1. Runners at the corners and 1 down. And the pitch taken up. 1 ball, no strikes on the Baby Bull. 4-4-0 for Decorah. Nothing across yet for the Cadets here in game 2. Stretch. Taken off is Sinkink, and Ashbacker swings and pops one into right field. Underneath it is Haskovic. He will make the catch. Tagging at third is Hovden, and he will come to the plate. Relay throw not in time. A sacrifice fly for Austin Ashbacker, and a 5-0 lead for Decorah.
Up next, number 8, left fielder,
So Hovden scores on the sacrifice fly. Sinkink stays put at first base. And Cole Sweska, who knocked in 2 with a single to right in the first inning, will be the batter. Sinking. 3 strides off of first base, held on there by Slivka. McConnell brings it to the plate, and Cole looks at a strike. 0-1. Vikes have swung it well with 4 hits thus far and also gotten some help from the pitcher as McConnell has walked 4 to this point. The pause and the 0-1 offering. Ground ball to the right side. Picked up at second by Thompson. He'll throw on to first to get Sweska. And that's that here in the second inning. But Decorah adds 2 on 2 hits and leaves 1. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is a Decorah lead of 5-0. Bottom of the second inning we go. Middle third of the order due for the Cadets. A 5-0 lead for Decorah. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. Sweska with 2 RBI. Dustin Carey with an RBI. Ashbacker with an RBI. And Bryce Pierce with an RBI to this point. Dustin Carey overall with 6 RBIs. He lost the opening game in relief, but was effective in game number 1. In a 12-11 win for the Cadets. Spencer Bohr had a home run in that game. He was 1 for 4 and had a 2-run homer. Spencer Bohr, Brandon Slivka, and Matt Cuvalier here in the second inning. And it's always fun at Crestwood High School to talk to Assistant Athletic Director Brady Mickelson. Yeah, you want to join me here on the radio? Or you only work for Joe? The pitch goes high, 1 ball, no strikes. You remember where you went to school, though, Brady?
I did.
You still got some red on, don't you? The 1-0 delivery, swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spencer Bohr, Brandon Slivka, and Matthew Cuvalier here in the second inning. 1-1 delivery, curveball swung on and missed. Bohr went fishing without any bait there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Carey was effective in the first and starts ahead 1-2. Curveball taken on the inside edge for strike 3. So Dustin gets his first strikeout, and there's 1 down here in the second inning. Brandon Slivka will be the batter. He was 1 for 3 with a solo home run in game number 1. First pitch to Brandon swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. Really happy for Brandon. He was a state place winner in the discus this year. Quality young man right here. And the pitch swung on and missed as Carey fooled him on the breaking ball low and away. No balls, 2 strikes. 5-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the second inning. 0-2. Lone in the dirt. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brandon Slivka. One, 2. Carey steps to the rubber. Ashbacker flashes the sign. And the 1-2 is high and tight. It is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two. Up for 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Dustin has retired the first 4 he has faced here in this frame, or in this game. And it's 3-2 now on Slivka. Pitch low and in for ball 4. So Dustin walks his first man, 1 on, 1 out here in the second. And the batter will be Matthew Cuvalier. 1 for 2, hit by a pitch, walked, and scored 3 runs in game number 1. One on, one out here in the second inning. Carey comes set, and the pitch swung on, sprayed into foul ground, third base side, into the third base box. Bryce Pierce overran it and ends up dropping the ball, so Cuvalier with new life. No balls and 1 strike to count. Pierce took his right hand, slammed it into the glove on the left hand in a little bit of frustration. No balls, 1 strike to count. Slivka away from first. The pause and the 0-1. That's a curveball, and that's a Butte taken for strike 2, and it's no balls, 2 strikes now. Carey comes set. Slivka with the lead at first base. Here's ground ball to short, and Colin Nimrod will go to Dolly at second for 1. Throw to first base, gets by Severson. Staying put at first base will be Cuvalier. But Slivka retired on the 6-4 force play. And the batter will be Trey Pekanowski, who was 1 for 4, and he scored a run in game number 1. 5-0 Decorah here in the second. Cuvalier at first base with 2 down. And the pitch is a breaking ball low and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch. Outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Trey Pekanowski. Carey steps off, and Pekanowski steps out. Now Carey back to the rubber. A lead at first base by Cuvalier, held on there by Aaron Severson. Runner takes off, pitch taken for a strike. Ashbacker's thrown out to second base, airmailed, but Colin Nimrod able to back it up to prevent further advancement by Cuvalier. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the second inning. A 5-0 lead for Decorah. Carey comes set, and the 1-2 offering swung on, smacked into left. It'll get through for a base hit. Stopping at third will be Cuvalier. Runners at the corners and 2 down. Pekanowski doing a good job going the other way, waiting back on that breaking ball. And the batter will be Jordan Vovis. Vovis in game number 1 was 3 for 3 with 2 RBI. He also scored a couple of runs. Runners at the corners, 2 down. And now Ashbacker will give the infield sign in case Cadets try anything funny in the first and third situation. Carey in for the side from Ashbacker. Comes set, and the pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. This is the first night that this battery combination has worked together. One ball, no strikes. Pause by Carey in the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike on Vovis. Normally a different battery combination might make a little bit of a difference, but since the pitchers are called from the dugout, really not that big of a deal. One ball, 1 strike to count. Stretch in the 1-1. Swung on a fly ball out into left center field. On his horse is Jay Covden. He's going to run it down in deep left center field. And that's that for the second inning. A walk, a hit, and 2 left. We head to the third. It is a 5-0 lead for Decorah. A change defensively for the Cadets here in the third inning. That a new right fielder in the game. I believe that is the case. I believe that might be Jesse McConnell out in right field. Thanks, Spotter. He's in for Haskovic, and he will bat in the number 1 spot in the order. Brady Dowley will start things here in the third against Austin McConnell, and he'll start him with the strike, 0-1. Dowley with a single to center back in the first inning. 0-1, swing on, popped up right side. McConnell wrestles up the first base side and makes the catch halfway between first base and home plate, up the first base side, and there's nobody out, or 1 down, I should say, here in the third. One down, nobody on for Bryce Pierce. Knocked in a run with a fielder's choice in the third. Pitch goes outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Bryce 1 for 2 overall in the doubleheader. McConnell ready. He'll kick and deal, and the pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. '61st pitch already for Austin McConnell. The 1-1 delivery, a curve. That one's taken for a strike, and it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. McConnell ready. Kicks and deals in the 1-2. Curveball inside. For 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Both these teams in action tomorrow, and they'll be playing 2 games. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch at the knees, but a little low. Close, but no bananas. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The Dolly pop-out was the first time here in game number 2 that the Vikes had their leadoff runner retired as Pierce swings and fouls the pitch back, and it lands near the Decorah on-deck circle. Hunter Slifka did not see that one. McConnell came over, but by the time it landed, he didn't have the opportunity to get anywhere close. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count on Bryce Pierce. We're in the top of the third inning of a 5-0 lead as the pitch taken up for ball 4. Runner at first, 1 down. And the batter will be Brighton Meyer, who popped to the pitcher to end the first 0 for 1. Pierce away from first base. McConnell comes set. And the first offering goes low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. First game went about 2.5 hours, so that's why we're only in the third. But Decorah off to a good start. They led 5-0, but the Cadets came back from 6 runs down in game 1. And McConnell steps off. Pierce away from first and the 1-0. That one taken on the outside edge for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One, swinging a ground ball towards third and foul. Pagnovsky tried to dive after it, but it was just to the left of the bag up the third base side. And it is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brighton Meyer. Meyer was 1 for 2 in game number 1. Vikes had 16 hits. They have 4 thus far through 2 1/3 against McConnell. Defense has not, or offense, I should say, has not been the problem tonight. Runner goes, pitch swung on, fouled back on the 1-2. So we'll stay put at 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brighton Meyer. The pause by McConnell. And the 1-2 delivery. Ooh, boy. Frankly, I don't know where it missed. Pitch outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A lead at first by Bryce Pierce. He'll take off. 2-2 swung on, rope down the right field line, and that one is going to be trouble for the Cadets. Pierce on his horse. He will score easily. Coming to third is Brighton Meyer. The throw there, not in time, and it's a 6-0 lead for Decorah. Brighton Meyer with his first extra base hit of the season and his first RBI as he brings home Pierce, and another tally for the Vikings here in the third. And a trip out of the Cadet dugout to talk to McConnell. And the batter will be Aaron Severson. Just a brief pep talk as Severson will bat with a runner at third and 1 down. Vikes have scored in every frame to this point. In fact, in 10 times or 10 half innings to the plate, the Vikes have scored in 7 of them. I don't know if it has anything to do with this, but Landon Ashbacker coaching first base instead of Tyler Rinken in this game. The pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 on Severson, who walked to lead off the second. Fear of the beard, baby. Since Rinken shaved his this week. 0-1 outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Landon and Tyler both volunteering their time to help out the baseball program, and we're happy as a baseball program to have them both. Severson smokes one into left field, and that one will land for a base hit. Meyer coming to the plate. The throw to the plate is not in time. An RBI single for Aaron Severson, and a 7-0 lead for Decorah. So Severson will get his third RBI of the doubleheader. And 2 times through the order, that'll be it for McConnell, who throws 2 1/3. Gives up 6 hits, 7 runs, all of them earned to this point. He walks 5, and he strikes out nobody. And Alex Helber will be the pitcher for the Cadets. This is Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson from Cresco tonight. The Crestwood Cadets beat Decorah for the first time in 16 tries in game number 1. 12-11, coming back from 6 runs down to do so. And Decorah has brought the sticks tonight as they lead at 7-0 here in game number 2. So far on the night, 18 runs and 22 hits for Decorah. Loading up the quick stats page. Halber, the junior, making his third appearance all out of the pen. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no walks, 1 strikeout. He has a .280 ERA, and opponents hitting .227 against him. Aaron Severson will be the runner at first with 2 in and 1 down here in the third inning. Severson at first and 1 down. Nimrod squares to punt, pulls the bat back and takes it inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod walked and scored in the first, reached out a fielder's choice, and scored in the second. Halber delivers pitch a little low in inside for 2 balls, no strikes. 7-0 Decorah here in the third. Pitch inside. Scoreboard has 2-1. I believe it's 3-0, but I could be wrong here. Severson a lead at first base. And the pitch outside. And it is back to the screen, and a wild pitch will move Severson up to second base, so it must have been 2-1. Now it's 3-1. So Nimrod will now bat with a hitter's paradise and a runner in scoring position. 3-1 delivery, swung on, fisted foul up the first base side. Slifka will take a peek, but lands out of play. 3 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Nimrod trying to extend his hit streak to 8 consecutive games. Hovden did it back in the second inning. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Severson away from second base. Halber ready in the 3-2, swinging a foul at the plate, so we'll do it again at 3-2. Severson still McConnell's responsibility. McConnell did not give up a run in 8 1/3 innings coming in, but he gave up 7 in 2 1/3 tonight. 3-2, up for ball 4. 6th walk given by Crestwood pitching here in game 2. And Jake Hovden will be the batter. First and second, 1 down here in the third. Hovden walked and scored in the first, and singled to right and scored in the second. Slifka in front of the bag at first. Pekanowski will play behind the bag at third. Slifka now up on the grass as Halber comes set. Hovden bunts up the third base side. Halber off the mound to field. He'll throw to first base. It's dropped there by Thompson. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Severson. He will score without a play. Nimrod gets the third. It's 8-0 Decorah. So a sacrifice and an E4 will allow Hovden to reach, will allow Nimrod to get to third, and will allow Severson to score. So a 3 spot in the first, a 2 spot in the second, and a 3 spot in the third. And Dustin Carey will be the batter. Walked and scored in the first, single to left in the second. Runner goes, pitch swung on, hammered. Deep left field. That ball is gone. Second home run of the night for Dustin Carey. And the Vikes lead it by an 11-0 margin. Dustin Carey came in with 2 RBIs on the season. He now has 11. 11-0 Decorah with a 6 spot here in the third inning. Carey 5 for 5 with a single, a double, a triple, 2 home runs, and 9 RBI in the doubleheader. Pitch a strike to Austin Ashbacker, 0-1. Ashbacker popped to second in the first, a sacrifice fly in the second inning. The pitch swung on a ground ball that gobbles up Pekanowski and into left field, so the baby bull reaches here in the third. So Ashbacker on at first base, and Brett LaRue will run for Ashbacker at first base. And Sweska will be the batter. Sweska with a 2-run single in the first inning and a ground out to second in the second. Vikes lead it 11-0. We are in the top half of the third inning. Halber comes set. Sweska squares to bunt it. Karam's away from Slifka after it hit the dirt, so LaRue will move up to second base on the wild pitch. There's still only one out here in the third. And LaRue will be at second with only one down as Sweska takes the pitch inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Away from second is LaRue. The pitch outside. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Got to say hi to Corey Smock listening in. Thanks for the Twitter message. We might have to do something with this fear of the beard thing. 3-0 outside for ball 4. So Sweska draws the walk, and Brady Dolly, who led off this inning by popping out to the then pitcher Austin McConnell, will bat. First and second, still only one out, 6 in here in the third, and the Vikes lead it by an 11-0 margin. Dolly squares to bunt and takes the pitch high. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Dolly a single to center in the first. He popped to the pitcher in the third. One 0. Inside for 2 balls, no strikes. Away from second is LaRue. Running for Ashbacker. Away from first is Sweska. 2-0. There's a strike to Brady on the outside edge. It is 2 balls, 1 strike. We're only in the third. It's 11-0 Decorah. 8 hits for Decorah after getting 16 in game number 1. So no complaints about the offense tonight. 2-1 high, 3 balls, 1 strike. Decorah was forced into a pitching situation after Kane had to leave the ball game after getting hit in the head by the batted ball. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. 3-1 outside corner for a strike, and it's 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Halber comes set, and the 3-2 delivery well outside for ball 4. That is the 8th free pass given to Viking hitters in game number 2. Bases loaded, 1 down. Another trip out of the dugout to talk to Halber. Coach O will take the time to talk to the runners and batters in the third base box. It was just a brief conversation. And Pierce will be the batter. RBI fielder's choice in the first, walked and scored in the third. Pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Halber working out of the windup. 11-0 the score. And the 1-0 delivery. There's a strike. It's 1-1. Pierce, the 11th batter of the inning. One. Pitch from Halber. Hammered into center field and a base hit. Scoring is LaRue. Coming home is Sweska. He will score. The ball gets by. Boy out in center field. Dolly will score. As Pierce stops at second, it is 14-0 Decorah. Pierce will get credit for 2 RBIs, and the third run will score on an error out in center field by Spencer Bohr that allowed Pierce to reach second, and another pitching change coming in for the Cadets here. 14-0. And we'll tell you about the changes here in a moment. Brandon Slifka will move from first base to the pitcher's mound. Matthew Cuvalier will move from left field to first base. We'll see who's out in left field now for the Cadets. A 14-0 lead for Decorah. There's still only 1 out here in the third inning. By the way, the 15-run mercy rule, in case you're wondering, is after 4. And the left fielder now for the Cadets will be Connor Slifka. Halber, no innings, 3 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, no strikeouts. Pierce still his responsibility. And Brighton Meyer will be the batter. Pop to the pitcher to end the first. Brought home a run with a triple to right earlier on this inning. Meyer, the 12th batter of the frame. Slifka delivers, then the pitch goes low. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Cadets won game 1, 12-11. But Decorah leading game 2, 14-0. We're in the top of the third. 1-0, just a bit high. All the way back to the screen, and that one got by Hunter Slifka, so up to third goes Bryce Pierce. 2 balls, no strikes. Haven't had the chance to imitate Harry Doyle for quite some time. 2-0 taking low. It's 3 balls, no strikes. $14 runs, 9 hits, no errors for Decorah. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 errors for Cresco. Pitch low, ball 4. And Aaron Severson will bat. He will be the 13th batter of the inning. He walked in the second, RBI single in the third. Runners at first and third with 1 down, and the pitch in there for a strike to Seavey. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch swung on, driven, deep left field, but it's caught there by Connor Slifka. Tagging at third, coming to the plate is Bryce Pierce. The throw goes all the way through. Pierce will score. Now Brighton Meyer will try to advance to second. The throw there is in time. The run will count. So Severson will get credit for a sacrifice fly. Meyer out 7-6 at second base. So the Vikes score 10 in the inning. 5 hit, 2 errors and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It's 15-0. Decorah leading Crestwood. Bottom of the third inning we go. Good time to review the upcoming schedule. Monday night we'll have Decorah softball in the air. Decorah will take on Walk-On. 7:20 start time for that one. Tuesday night we'll have Viking baseball doubleheader, Decorah and Owine. That will be a 5:20 start. On Tuesday night, Wednesday night, we'll have Decorah softball at Waverly, 7:15 start there. Pitch a strike to Will Thompson. No balls and 1 strike. Thompson was 2 for 4 in game number 1. Curveball caught the knee again, and it's 0-2. Carey hasn't pitched in a while, and we'll see if the long layoff has any effect on him here. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 delivery. That one a fastball low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. 9 hits for Decorah here in game 2. And 1 hit for Crestwood. Curveball swinging a foul at the plate as Thompson barely stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Carey to the hill, and the 1-2 delivery. Curveball taken for strike 3. One down, nobody on, and Jesse McConnell will bat for the first time this doubleheader. He replaced Jeffrey Haskovic in the top half of the third inning, in which Decorah scored 10 runs. Curveball taken low. It is 1 ball, no strikes on McConnell. A walk, a hit, and a strikeout thus far for Carey, who was the losing pitcher in game number 1 in relief. Carey threw 2/3 of an inning. Walked 2, gave up 3 hits, strikeout 1, and hit a batter. One ball, no strikes. 1-0 delivery, swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count, the pitch. Curveball as McConnell looks at it for strike 2. Tried to duck under it, but it was just a beauty of a pitch that time from Dustin Carey. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 down. And the 1-2 delivery, ground ball to the right side, picked up there by Brady Dowley. Bobbled momentarily and threw onto first base to get McConnell for the second out here in the third inning. So 2 down, and Hunter Slifka to the plate. He flew out to left his first time up. Slifka without a hit in the doubleheader, but he's been on base 3 times. Carey starts him with a curve outside corner for a strike, and it's 0-1. Oh, 1. Fastball at the knees for a strike, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. 0-2 delivery. Fisted up the first base side foul, and nice job by Justin Denner at first base. Moving to his right and knocking that one down. No balls, 2 strikes. And the 0-2 delivery, a curveball taken up. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes now. One, two. Curveball grounded towards third. Gobbled up there by Bryce Pierce. He now bobbles. He'll throw to first base. And a safe call at first base. And that'll be an E5 on Bryce Pierce. It was a low throw. Had Seavey been able to catch it cleanly, it might have been more interesting at first base, but the throw had more to do with it than a lack of a stretch by Aaron at first base. Runner at first, 2 down. Chase Linhart to the plate. You'll look at the first one inside from Dustin Carey. 1 ball, no strikes. 15-0 Decorah. We play the bottom half of the third inning. Cadets won game 1 by a 12-11 margin. Pitch swung on and missed. It's 1 ball, 1 strike on Linhart. Stretch, and the 1-1. Swung on, a blooper out into right center field, and that one will land for a base hit. Slifka will put the brakes on at second base, first and second with 2 down here in the third inning. And the batter will be Spencer Bohr. Bohr struck out looking in the second inning. Stretch by Carey, and the pitch. Fastball inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Carey just needs to throw strikes here and have his defense help him out. Simple formula when your offense gives you 15 runs, 1-0 delivery. High, 2 balls, no strikes. Carey did throw 35 pitches in game number 1. And he's approaching the 50 mark here in game number 2. One 2-0 in there for a strike. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Vikes trying to salvage a split of this doubleheader. They lead at 15-0 here in the third. 2-1 delivery. That one at the knees for a strike outside edge. Paint in the black. DC did there. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stretch and the 2-2. Curveball taken for strike 3. An error, a hit, and 2 runners left. We head to the 4th. It's 15-0 Decorah. Well, there seemed to be a little bit of confusion on the 15-run rule. There is a little bit of a difference between baseball and softball. In softball, there is a rule 15 after 3. In baseball, it's 15 after 4. That rule got put in a few years ago. A guy I know pretty well tends to claim it as his own, but that one I'll leave alone for this point. Vikes will have the top of the order due up here in the 4th inning. As it's 15-0 Decorah. The Vikes have put 26 on the board tonight. I just got asked the question, how many total runs did Decorah have coming in? Let's see. They put 26 on the board tonight. They had 29 runs coming in. That make you happy, Coach Lynch? Sean Truan will bat for Colin Nimrod here. You'll look at a strike on the outside edge from Brandon Slifka. No balls, 1 strike. Looks like Chris Hartman will get a bat, and he will bat for Jay Covden. Pitch low from Brandon Slifka, the third pitcher of the night for Crestwood. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch swung on, a blooper out into shallow left field, and that one will land for a base hit. Attaboy, Shawnee. As Sean will reach first base, and Colin Nimrod will re-enter the game and run for him. Sean did the hard part. Colin gets to have the fun. And Chris Hartman will be the batter. Hartman batting for Jay Covden, who was 1 for 1 with sacrifice and a walk. 15-0 Decorah here in the 4th inning. As Chris looks at the first one outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes to count. It looks like Austin Bohr has grabbed a bat, and he will bat for Carey. The pitch low outside. 3 balls, no strikes to Chris Hartman. .30 in there for a strike. The old automatic on 3-0. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-0, ball 4. So Hartman will reach first base. Hovden will re-enter and run for him. Austin Bohr will be the batter here in the 4th. Runners at first and second. And the pitch to Austin Bohr in his first varsity at bat is low outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Brandon just having a tough time finding the zone, as pretty much every other Crestwood pitcher. Pitch a strike. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. 10 walks here in this game. 1-1 swung on and a blooper out to right field. Long run from McConnell. It's going to hold up for him in medium depth right, and he will make the catch. And that is the first out here in the 4th inning, and Caleb Qualley will be the batter. He'll bat for Austin Ashbacker. Qualley, 1 for 1 with an RBI on the season. He got an RBI up at La Crosse against Keyhigh a week ago tonight. Qualley nubs one to the third base side. Pekanowski will go to second base and get the out there. So it'll be a fielder's choice 6-4 as Hovden retired. And there's 2 down here in the 4th inning. 15-0 Decorah. And Connor Gospin will bat for Cole Sweska. So Coach O giving a lot of people some opportunities here. Always a good thing to see. Always a good thing that you put yourself in the position that you can get some in-game varsity reps. 15-0 Decorah here in the top of the 4th inning. Slifka delivers and Gospin grounds one to third, and Pekanowski, he'll throw across the diamond to retire Gospin, and that's that for the 4th inning. The Cadets need at least 1 to keep this thing going. They trail at 15-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. Cadets took game 1 of the doubleheader 12-11. And Decorah leads it here in the bottom of the 4th in game number 2, 15-0. Brandon Slifka walked in the 2nd inning. Dustin Carey looking for his 3rd win of the season. Trying to become the only Viking to win a game on the hill. As the pitch, and that one hits Slifka in the back. So the stay alive run, if you will, is at first base for Crestwood. And Matt Cuvalier will be the batter. He hit into a force play in the second inning. Left-hand hitter against the right-hander, Carey. And the first offering is high and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Three in the first, 2 in the second, and 10 in the third for Decorah. Carey delivers and the pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Offensively, Colin Nimrod, 2 walks, 3 runs scored. Hovden 1 for 1 with 3 runs scored. Dustin Carey 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. And swinging a ground ball to third. Pierce will go to second and Dolly for the lead out. And that's all they'll be able to get. But they do get Slifkin. There's 1 down here in the 4th inning. The batter will be Trey Pekanowski. Pekanowski a single to left his first time up in the second, 1 for 1. That is one of 2 hits that Dustin has given up here in game 2. Pitch outside. Dustin's got it done with the stick tonight with 5 hits, 2 home runs, and 9 RBI tonight. 1-0. Outside again. 2 balls, no strikes. Severson not holding the runner on at first base. Trying to get that better angle on the ground ball. Carey comes set. 2-0 delivery. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1 on Trey Pekanowski. Again, Decorah had scored 29 runs in their first 6 games. They've scored 26 here tonight. Runner goes. Pitch taking a strike. Ashbacker's throw down to second base is not in time. Pretty decent throw by Ashbacker, knowing the fact Decorah wasn't holding the runner on at first base, and Cuvalier could get the jump that he wanted. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Trey Pekanowski. Two and 2 the count. Carey ready, 2-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. And Pekanowski down on strikes. Carey gets his 4th strikeout. And Jordan Vovis will come to the plate. He flew out to center in the second inning, 0 for 1. Stay alive run at second base for the Cadets, as it's 15-0 Decorah here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Cuvalier away from second. Carey comes set, 1-0 delivery, lone in the dirt. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Cuvalier, the runner at second. It's 2-0 on Vovis, the DH. He had 3 hits and 2 RBIs in the 12-11 game, and a Cadet victory in game 1. 2-0. Fastball for a strike. It's 2-1. Decorah in the morning takes on Osage at 10, then Osage and Cascade, then Decorah and Cascade. 2 balls, 1 strike count, and the pitch outside for 3 balls, 1 strike now. So baseball in 12 hours and 20 minutes for both these squads. Crestwood will take on Turkey Valley over here tomorrow. Walk on or Waverly Shellrock and Southwind. Ground ball to second. Dolly throws on to first base, and that's a Viking victory. Decorah defeats Crestwood here in game 2 of the doubleheader, 15-0. 15 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, 3 left for Decorah. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 5 left for Crestwood. Dustin Carey, the winning pitcher, he's now 3-1. And the losing pitcher is Austin McConnell. He is now 1-1. So the Vikings are now 3-5 on the season, 2-2 in conference play. Cadets are 4-4 overall, and 2-2 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible.